Alright, y'all, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm King Tyson. Don't forget to like and subscribe like I always tell y'all to do in the beginning or the end of my videos. Check it out. Before we start, write me at KingTyson713 at yahoo.com. If you want my advice about something, you want my opinion about something, write me, KingTyson713 at yahoo.com. Also, if you like this content, please go to the video tab section of this YouTube channel. Click on the video that interests you. Watch it. Give me some feedback in the comments. Do you agree with me or do you not agree with me? I really appreciate that. So look, let's get on with the video. I want to say this, y'all. A lot of times we save ourselves headache, heartbreak, and drama if we stop taking chances on people that we shouldn't be taking chances with, right? Let me say this, right? Like, one thing you got to realize something. Wisdom not only has to come from, see, people think when somebody get old they have wisdom, right? That's what you would think. But just because they're older does not mean they're a wise person. And people typically don't change who they are. And you have to get out of the mindset that you feel like when you with this person, you can change them. If you feel like, if you trying to, because you're lying to yourself, and you looking for a reason to keep this person around. You know, if you feel like, okay, I can change this person. As we get older, y'all, people are going to be who they are. A teenager, early 20s, you kind of can, you know, and I hate to say I said teenager, but I'm saying let's just go with 20s, right? 20s, you kind of can, a person haven't really lived fully, they haven't even, okay, let's just say 18, 19, and on my channel, I don't even talk about 18-year-olds dating, you know what I'm saying? As serious dating, right? I started 21, is what I would say on recommend, right? So I always go with 21 and older, right? So by the time you in your early 20s, you haven't, especially that 21, 22, 23, you haven't really lived life there yet. You haven't really had enough experience with love yet and you still have some growing to do, and you can change. But let me say this, when a person is already in a mid to late 30s, 40s, 50s, that's who they are. They not changing. People don't change unless something drastic happens. That's the only time you see someone change. Something terrible has to happen for them to use that experience to say, you know what, this happened in my life and this is what caused me to change how I am. So a lot of the times when it pertains to relationships, people tend to lie to themselves when you get with people, and that's men get with certain women and women get with certain men. You get with somebody, you like them, you know, or even you love them, and then you feel like, well, you know what, this thing can continue on if I can change them. They got potential for me to change them. And if you have to tell yourself that, 9 times out of 10, it's not gonna work, and you're gonna put yourself through a long headache, heartbreak, you know, drama filled relationship. I promise you. Typically people don't change, y'all. And if you with somebody thinking you can change them, it's not gonna happen, especially as we get older. When you're younger, you're still very impressionable. You haven't had enough life experiences yet. But this is why it's harder for people that's older to date, because people that's older, we tend to have because we done been through life, we done been through bad experiences, and we almost, a lot of the times, if you're not with someone, you so busy just used to let down and just being, especially being in multiple relationships that didn't work out, you start being set in your ways, you know, and you start not really wanting to adjust with someone, like you don't want to it's hard for people to be like, okay, for instance, right, if someone's single for a long time, it's hard for them to compromise with the next person because they've been single for so long. They've been doing everything themselves. So in order for them to get with someone and then compromise with them, it's kind of hard. So what I say to you is that you have to learn to see things early on, right? See the signs early, see the red flags early, and not fool yourself into thinking, well, you know what, I can change this person, especially if we older, because people are who they are. You know, unless something major happens, a major turn of events happens, and then they decide to, okay, change their ways. But if nothing crazy, life-threatening, a major issue happen, you know, people don't typically change. You know, let's just say you go through a divorce, right? People go through a divorce. I've been through a divorce before. A divorce changed me and how I look at relationships. It made me get better in relationships. You know, it made me learn to appreciate, because that was one of the things that was, you know, when my first marriage failed. You know, that was one of the things that was brought up, you know, from my part as well. So both of us feeling like we wasn't appreciated. So I learned to, okay, when I went through my divorce, I said, okay, all right, well, I know I'm gonna have to be more attentive to my wife. You know, that's something that I learned. So a lot of those things like that, something tragic like that as a divorce, it helped me change my ways, you know. And this is all I try to do on this YouTube channel, man, is sometimes to help y'all through my experiences look at things in another way. Because sometimes, y'all, we sometimes we tend to lie to ourselves. We tend to lie and fool ourselves into thinking that this person that we with is really for us, and it's meant for us, and it don't be true. And y'all been through a whole lot, and you don't have to be if you'd have seen the red signs, the red flags, and the signs early. You know, so this is why I say you can't change people. So don't think you can change someone just because you with them. You say you could. Well, I could change them. You can't change people. You know, you can bring points up, and that's if they're open-minded. A lot of times, people, especially older people, are not open-minded to criticism at all. They feel like they've been doing it their way, especially a person who, and this is why I tell people, you need to start doing self-reflection after every breakup, especially if you're divorced. You need to start doing self-reflection. That's what helped me. If you go through, you went through a breakup or you went through a divorce and you have and you don't do no self-reflection, you're gonna think you was not the problem. And situations, not saying that the other person is always to blame, but sometimes, y'all, it be us that be a blame too. You know, it be stuff that we do that could contribute to stuff. You know, you gotta look at things, right? This is why I say people gotta learn how to communicate with each other for a healthy relationship to work, especially when you can't wait till something crazy happens and then you want to communicate. When things start building up, that's when you gotta communicate, because that way it'll save something major from happening. If you communicate and y'all get to understand it early, you know what I'm saying? But yes, that's all I want to say in this video, y'all. You can't change people. If you ever in a relationship with someone and you think that, you know what, you're gonna stay with this person because, you know what, I could change them. Now let me say this. When I say change them, right, I'm not talking about a profession or a job or whatever, right? You say, you know what, I can help them, I can help motivate them to change their jobs, like stuff like that. You know, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about who they are as a person, things that they do, their characteristics. You can't, who they are is who they are. That's what I'm talking about. Because you have to be with someone that you can get along with, right? Someone that you can gel with. And we've been in relationships where we love people, we love the person we with, but they ways is kind of like, and their characteristics kind of like, you know, and y'all always getting into it because of how they are. Because of how they are, how you are, it don't mix. But people stay together because they fool themselves. So, you know, I could change them. You know what I mean? I can change their ways. But people are set in their ways. But anyway, look, what y'all think about this video? I'm King Tyson. Peace and blessings. One love. Don't forget to to um, like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And that's it, y'all. One love. I'm out.